Hello everyone and welcome to Stellaris, a relatively new strategy game that takes place in, well, a multitude of different galaxies, really. So here we are, and we're currently in charge of the Hydoran Empire. So, yeah, we have a few things to discuss. I have played this game a little bit already. And I chose hyperspace lanes for this one, although I'm starting to wonder if I should have used warp. But anyway, so we're playing as the Hydoran Empire, and we have a despotic empire. So in other words, we have one ruler, and then when that ruler dies, his heir goes on to rule as well. So we have the Emperor, Polico Namani. He is a explorer, so we have a little bit of reduction in ship costs for science ships, and then anomaly research speeds up by 33%. We also have architectural sense, so he's minus 10%. Now, this species that I created is called the Hydari. They are, let me get to species. Here we go. They are intelligent, rapid breeders, and they love tropical environments, but they are non-adaptive, so that means that they do not do well in other systems, other ecosystems other than tropical. And the way this system works is you have to equal out the number points, so you have to take a bad trait in order to get all these good ones. So we got them there, and they're good to go. So let's take a look at what we have so far. I have not played this one yet, so I have to get in here and really look at what we have. So we have the capital of Hydax. We have Governor Anna Kolosov. Let's see, the surface looks pretty good. We have some space where we could do a few more improvements. Let's see, probably we could go ahead and build another power plant and go ahead and get some research buildings up and going. Hopefully the population will be able to catch up with that. So let's see what we have here. So this is our science vessel. Okay, and I don't believe, no, this is our construction ship, excuse me. This is our construction ship and the ISS Trumpet, okay. Let's see, we have our science vessel over here, and it is the ISS Naiad, commanded by Harriet Rowley. She is meticulous, so we have a 10% chance of anomaly discovery. Alright, so we can go ahead and begin by analyzing our system, by surveying the system. Go ahead and unpause it while we do that. And we need to go ahead and assign research topics. So we have Django Sara Waiwa for physics. We have Malak Abdel Noor for society research, and Angelo Bianconili. That almost sounds Italian, actually. Crown Princess Na Namani is the new heir of the empire. So let's see. Alright, so he has our Emperor Polico Namani has had a daughter, and now Crown Princess Na Namani. Okay, so she's 23, he's 38, and they generally, I think, live in this game to around their 70s. But let's see. We should probably start with solar panel networks for society. Naval capacity unification or colony ships. I think colony ships would probably be a good idea. So, and we probably need to go ahead and begin with our second tier of gun. So right now we have a rather weak fleet to start off with. We need to assign a leader. So let's see, we have gale speed, evasion, sublight speed, a scout, his range is pretty good, or cautious. We probably need to go with Admiral Naishin because he has an increase in weapons range. Okay, so he is now in command, and let's name this the first Imperial, let's call this the first Imperial Armada. There we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and begin working on that shortly. And I'm going to go ahead and speed it up just a little bit so that we can have a little bit of research, this system going ahead of time. And we should be alright doing speeding up because there's no other empires around us at the moment, so that's pretty good. Now with these hyperspace lanes, if they're blocked, we can't get around them, which is problematic. So that's one thing to look at. So we have some minerals here in our system so far. And I'm hoping we have some power as well. So we have an anomaly. Alright, so an abandoned ship above a moon, suggesting that it relied on solar power. Oh, two anomalies. Okay. So we'll research that anomaly, and then I guess we can go ahead and research the second one. Rhea, a gas giant. Interesting. Now, what's interesting, I'm going to pause it right quick, about gas giants, is you can't actually colonize a gas giant, and the reason for that is gas giants, as their name implies, are primarily composed of gaseous materials or elements, and they tend to have intense pressure, sometimes intense heat, whether it be intense high temperatures heat or intense cold, but you can't colonize any of them. And that goes for in our solar system, Neptune and Jupiter. Yeah, I think I have that right. Those are considered gas giants as well. And then here on this planet we have, let's see, what's the name of this planet? Tronchet. It's looks similar to Saturn, and it's also a gas giant. Alright, let's see. So, no signs of life. Okay. On that planet there. And then we probably need to send the science ship, once it finishes the scan of the system, to also do this over here as well. Okay, so how is this coming? Okay, populations are growing. Well, it's building, not growing quite yet. Okay, so the system's fully surveyed, so let's pause it. So we do have a bit of power, which is good. So we'll go ahead and send our science ship over here to research, and then we need our construction ship to build our mining station here, and then we'll also need to send them over to Noltan to get that going. Alright, but this game's really, really fun. From what I've played of it so far, it is a very complex game, and I really love strategy games because I really like to test my intellect, and I can tell you now, I'm not always perfect at these games, so we may have some, we never know. With these games, with strategy games, it pushes you according to the resources in the game, which can be really fun, and it's a mental challenge, so sometimes you have to figure out ways out of unusual situations, which I quite like. So we'll see how this goes. Sadly, the solar sailor found above Hesperos was destroyed in a clumsy attempt by science officer Harriet Rowley to bring it into the cargo bay. That is unfortunate. Okay. So I don't think this is in our system. It is not. Is this one? Yes. So we're going to survey this one, and that one's beyond our system. Oh, we have... Is it 6 power? There's 3 power here. Okay, I didn't see that. Rhea is also a power station as well. Alright, alright.
Construction complete.
Okay, that mining station is completed. We'll also need to build this mining station, because power in this game is used sort of almost like currency in a way. So let's see. Determined by that it's accepted by all spacefaring or sentient empires, because they accept energy. Okay, so I don't think we have anything else that we can modify our Corvettes with at the moment. Okay, construction's complete. Is that yep, the construction ship. And we will build the other mining station and go ahead and get that going. How long do we have on our research? 42 months, 89 months, 38 months. Okay. But we won't always play on the fastest mode. For this first episode, we will, mainly because it can be kind of slow on the first once you're getting everything set up. But, okay, let's see. What do we have in this system so far? Minerals, which is good. A Class B star. The large Class B main sequence stars are very bright and blue, although somewhat rare. The luminosity of these stars make them among the most visible to the naked eye. Fascinating. Oh, okay, so we found some artifacts from an ancient civilization. They appeared to be very large and flat arthropod analogs. Okay, so what an arthropod is, for those who don't know, an arthropod is, excuse me, sorry about that. An arthropod is an organism that does not have an endoskeleton like we do. So they don't have internal skeletons, they have external skeletons. And arthropods make up classes of such as insects, crustaceans, isopods, those sort of things. And their bodies tend to be segmented, although insects generally have 3 segments, but other arthropods generally do not have exactly 3. Some of them have 2, some of them have more. For instance, when you talk about crustaceans such as crabs, you have something called a cephalothorax where it's fused. Same with spiders, you have a cephalothorax in the abdomen. But that's what an arthropod is. So these ancient species called the Yut are large and flat arthropod analogs. So I guess I would say perhaps maybe like a silverfish or centipede.
Situation log
Maybe something like
updated.
that. Sorry if I sound a little bit distracted today, guys. I am, the reason there hasn't been too many videos lately is I've been having some health problems and a whole lot of work. So please forgive me for my scattered brain today. But, so weeks after the ISS Naiad's latest fully fruitful exploratory survey, Hydarian xenologists are practically falling over themselves to publish their takes on the findings of Grumium 7. Roman numerals, oh goodness. This fevered storm in the scientific community has had some negative yet temporary impact on pursuits of other fields. Okay. Is the system surveyed? The system is surveyed, so we'll go ahead and survey this system. And I believe we have got every available resource in this system here. So we'll need to go ahead and get all the minerals set up there. Oh, we found a habitable world. It is tropical, which means we could probably send out a colony ship very soon. Let's see, what all do we have? So, Moscow 1, and this is the Moscow system, yes. Alright, hopefully there'll be more than one planet, but usually there's about only one. Okay, then there's Wawoo, Clue. No, that's not Clue. I think that's an I, yeah. QA, something like that. Electra.
System
Alright.
survey complete.
Okay, so there's some sources. Okay, some more archaeological work in this system. Sounds good. And we're not doing too shabby on power. So I think we can go ahead and come in. Okay, let's see. Moscow 2 is uninhabited, indeed uninhabitable, but not unvisited. Its surface is littered with tall cenotaphs, carved from some mineral not native to the planet, evidently placed here by some artistically inclined spacefaring race. The monoliths' flowing lines deftly chart a history so fantastical, that's an interesting word, it must surely be fictional. Surely. Well, you never know, there's always some truth to legends. Alright, some truth. Not all, I mean, most legends are indeed riddled with error. Well, actually, I take that back. Not necessarily. They generally have some facts, but then sometimes there is cases in which they're not perfect. What's a good example? Well, here's one. The Epic of Gilgamesh, which is an ancient historical account of the world's creation and a flood, a gigantic worldwide flood, and it resembles in certain aspects. Now it's really diluted and incorrect in a lot of different things. Even the building of the boat isn't structurally functional in the Epic of Gilgamesh, but it does allude to the Noahic flood in the Bible, which is scientifically accurate. The boat itself is scientifically accurate when it comes to its design. So there are some truths in certain legends. For instance, the Epic of Gilgamesh does still have that idea of, okay, there was a worldwide flood and so forth, but it's been diluted through the centuries from the time of Noah's flood downward. And of course, this is the gaming videos, and I will be making some science videos because I am a creationist, and I'll be going over those sort of things if you have questions. So that's not the topic of this video, but it's just a fun little nugget of information. So there you go. Sidetrack. I tend to ramble sometimes. I get on one thing and keep going. But I do hope that we can learn a few things by playing this game, and really all my games, because this whole channel is really geared toward let's have fun, but let's also learn a little something. Okay, so we do have... Oh, it's not a bad planet. a few volcanoes, swamps, and dense jungles, and some unfriendly creatures. It's only 70% habitability. It's not bad. It actually would do pretty well for our colony, and then that should expand our range to include this system here. Alright, so let's see. We're still going on incredibly fast. How far away? Okay, we'll leave that on until we get the colony ship. But. Okay. So, I was going to come in here, and I'm going to go ahead and start making a few more Raptor-class corvettes so that we can have a little bit of Imperial might, because I have the feeling defending our borders is going to be a big thing. Okay, so we've had a few scientists who have gained levels. We have 22 months still on the updated weapons research, which is interesting. There's also something I wanted to look at, so please bear with me just a moment. Since I am studying genetics, I just thought I'd take a look at this. But I see his phenotypic patterning, or his expression of this interesting color variation, which is why I chose what he looked like, because I thought it was neat. It also kind of reminded me of certain fish species, but this is a reptile. But his daughter, from what I can see, has similar features to him, although hers is not as patterned or marbled as his is. It's just an observation, but that's off topic again as well. Okay, let's see. So we have that working on... Oh, here we go. So, habitable world survey. So we want to find out more worlds that are habitable. Okay, well, I think we can do that. As we go along, we can scan. So let's see. Yeah, we need just 8 planets. Okay. Well, I wonder, does the one we just scanned count? I don't know. Did we just scan it? I think we did. We did. Okay. I wonder. I guess that only counts in the ones after this. But, alright. Let me see how the surface is going. Okay. Okay, it looks like all the power plants... Okay, this one does not have... Okay, very good. So we have just finished our first research, so we can either go with more power plants, upgraded power plants, or we can go with a capacity of power or research speed. So I think for now we may go with the upgraded power plants, but then we can do research speed as well. So we have 3 months until the colony ship is ready, which is great, because we can go ahead and begin colonizing Moscow. I don't know if I really like the name for that system. Let's see.
Research complete.
What should I name it? Oh wait, I can't name it until I actually get it. Okay, so the research is done. So let's take a look. We could either do military academy, farming, or an orbital hydroponics model. So I'm thinking I'm going to do orbital hydroponics. Alright, so we can go in here. Do we have enough to make a colony ship? We do not, but we're close. Okay, so we'll be there in no time at all. Alright, so we'll go ahead and do, then there's the solar panels. Oh, let me do the colony ship and then I'll get the solar panels. Alright, so I think that's really the best we can do until we get that colony ship up and going. Okay, I think we have enough now. Yes. Okay, and it'll take a few days and it's going really fast. So that should be done in no time. Is this already in our system now? Have the borders expanded enough? Not quite yet. The borders are almost... I think it has to cover most of this for that to work. Okay. And then this planet, this system here, which is incredibly large. I think we'll send the science ship to scan this system now. Let's see. What to do. Okay. Celestial object was pronounced gaseous and particulate. Tails was recently absorbed in the Hydoran. Okay. Interesting. So we had a anomaly, probably a comet, especially if it mentions tails, because comets, they tend to have tails that, if I'm not mistaken, now don't quote me on this because I'll have to look it back up, but I believe they're primarily, is it hydrogen, or they're releasing a gas, I believe. And then the comets generally tend to lose energy in their... I believe they're colder. It's been a while since I've read about comics. Okay. So now we're going to lower the time just a little bit to the normal speed. So here's our colony ship, and it is called the ISS Godspeed. Oh, that's an interesting name. Pretty cool. Although I will say, when you wish somebody Godspeed, be careful, because if they're caught up in sins, then wishing them so would be to take part in that sin as well. But okay, so let's send to colonize this planet, and I'm thinking we probably should put the capital here, because that way it has direct influence on the most amount of spheres that it can get around it. So let's call this... I really don't care for that name, but I'll go ahead and do that. We can change it later if we need to. Alright, so the colony ship will be headed on there. Alright, and then we need the solar panels. Yeah, okay, there we go. So the solar panels will be able to give us a little bit more energy than just the power plants on the surface, which would be good. But okay. So I think for this episode we're going to establish the colony, and then probably we'll end it for now and pick up again in a little bit. But let's go ahead and see what survey's going on here. Let me see. Okay, so we've just entered the system. Interesting. I don't think there's any... No, there's no habitable planets, but we can still make use of that system. So, where's the colony ship? Has it began? Okay, it's just came out of hyperspace. Alright. And we are headed there. How are we on power? We're doing okay. Usually these colony ships really suck up the power. And if you're already suffering on power, colony ships can drive you way down into the negative. But the good news is, as long as you have reserves, you should be okay. Alright, let's go ahead and speed it up just a little bit to get there. Okay. Alrighty. So the colonization should begin.
Research complete.
Oh, we have some completed research. There we go. It's begun. And we have our new turrets, which is fantastic. So we can go ahead and get either missiles, or we can go ahead and get the next station upgrade. And I think we may do that. That way we can go ahead and get to destroyers. Okay, so now we have set up the colony. And it's going to take about 13 months to do so. So I think what I'm probably going to do is speed it up a little bit so that we don't have to wait so long for the colony to begin. But first we need to get to the ship design, and then redo some of our ships here. And that lowered the power, it did. Which means we'll probably need another reactor. And I don't think we have any hull armor or anything we can offer that, so... Alright, I think that's... And then we can do the defense platform. Oh, it already comes with hangars. That's interesting. Hangar section, but it doesn't have... Okay, interesting. But the Raptor class will go ahead and... did not save, that's... Okay. We'll go ahead and replace that once more, get another fusion reactor, save it. And then now the fleet needs to be upgraded. So click on the fleet, hit upgrade, there we go. We'll go ahead and speed it up just a little bit. That way we don't have to constantly sit and wait for ever and ever.
Ships upgraded.
Okay, so now let's get a few more Corvettes, as much as we possibly can get. Because the greater our military might, the better it's going to be off the bat. Now, it depends on how close another empire is to us. Okay, so this has a planet. It's a arid world. Huh, that's interesting. Maybe. The science ship isn't quite done. I don't believe, is it? No, it's not yet. Okay.
System survey complete.
System survey is now complete. Let's go ahead and survey this system that's in our territory.
Construction complete.
Construction completed. Okay. And the colony is actually not far from being set up. Okay, so let's go there.
Situation log updated.
Oh, we have just had an encounter with some alpha aliens, which would be in this sector. Where are they? Okay. Alright, so it's another sentient being. Let's go ahead and let's investigate. Research. It'll take a few months, but I think we can spare it. And then the colony
Found.
is almost set up. So we have 1 month, and it is okay.
Colony established.
Alright, so our colony is fully set up here on the surface. We'll go ahead and get a hydroponics farm. Go ahead and get another. Do I have enough for a power station? I do not. Alright, so there we are. We have our first colony set up. And I think that's going to be all for today's episode, but stay tuned. We're going to have a lot more with the Poloko Naamani as Emperor and his Hydoran Empire. So let me know if you have any ideas about what we should do as an empire. Should we be ruthless, or should we be more of an empire, but an empire that actually does care for its citizens? So please let me know what you think, and stay tuned for more episodes. And as always, I hope you have a great day and enjoy the rest of the week. Bye, guys.